Hi and welcome back, and I hope you had a very nice holidays and a good start in your new year 2025. And what a year it has been so far, right? Because there's every day something new about the US here in the news, in Germany, and sadly also the last few days something very bad. The LA fires, forest fires. And I thought I will just go with you into that because you can probably give me way more insights because I think many of you are from California and can maybe give me more insight into this. So yeah, we just watch into that, and you can also tell me your experiences in the comments. And for everybody that is hit by the situation, I hope or I wish you a great recovery from this.
Firefighters are still battling to contain the wildfires which have been raging across Los Angeles for 4 days. Forecasters say that more high winds are expected, which could stoke an already perilous situation. President Biden has said the city reminds him of a war.
Yeah, exactly, war zone. If you would ask me which country this is right now, I would probably say something like, is it maybe the Gaza Strip, or is it like, something down there in the Middle East, or is it Ukraine? That is crazy. That looks even, wow.
Scene. 10 people are now known to have died and around 10,000 homes and buildings have been destroyed. A nighttime curfew has been put in place in the worst affected.
And I heard on the other side of the US there are like snowstorms and everything. That is so crazy that you can have both things at the same time.
Areas to prevent abandoned homes from being looted. There are 5 fires still burning, and any progress in containing them is very limited. You can see on this map the biggest fire, Palisades, which was completely out of control yesterday, is now 8% contained. Eaton Fire in the Altadena neighbourhood is just 3% contained. Well, we'll hear from our correspondent in Altadena in just a moment. But first to Emma Vardy, who is on the Pacific Coast Highway for us now. Emma.
Well, today firefighters have made progress in some areas, but new fires are still breaking out. And as the Palisades fire continues to rage above us, local volunteers are trying to help. A fourth grueling day, holding the line in the face of LA's inferno, as tens of thousands of acres continue to burn.
Crazy.
All right, you guys on radio? We'll meet you up at TCC. You got the radio. All right, you good?
Some communities have taken the disaster response into their own hands.
Yeah.
Love you, bro.
In Topanga Canyon, with fires burning all around, a group of locals calling themselves the Heat Hawks have sprung into action.
Initially, everyone felt a bit abandoned, but I understand why. We have a very tight community that's very connected, and so the local knowledge is really essential.
Well, these guys are just taking a look around the neighborhood to see if they can see any spot fires or just anything they can help with, using whatever resources they can get their hands on: water supplies, fire extinguishers. The emergency services are just so stretched that people like this want to do what they can.
We don't, and we didn't have any left anyway. Okay. But there's more coming. Check for the library. There's going to be
some in my house.
Despite an evacuation order, here some residents are staying as long as they can to try to protect properties.
It's just not enough people, not enough crews, enough people. I think they're undermanned. I think that budgets have been cut.
Around 10,000 buildings.
Look at that. That looks, of course, everybody has saw images from Ukraine, and of course there are way more deaf people than here. I heard something in the news like 11 deaf people, which is already 11 too much, but of course way less than in a war zone. But that looks even worse than what I have seen from Ukraine. At least this building here. I mean, those are standing.
Things have been destroyed across the city, but every now and then, by some miracle, one has been spared. There's been anger at city leaders over the fire response. Now pledges are being made that LA will rebuild.
With so many homes and businesses lost, we are already putting plans in place to make sure that we aggressively rebuild. I don't believe that.
I find it so cool that the US has like science speakers. I mean, we have this in some certain programs, but they just have it for everybody next to them. That is so cool.
Is anything that Angelenos cannot do if we stand together.
the risk of crime poses a new threat. Security has been stepped up in abandoned neighbourhoods, and curfews are now being enforced.
You cannot be in these affected areas. If you are subject to arrest. That is important. We're not doing this to inconvenience anybody. We're doing it to protect the structures, the houses that people have left because we ordered them to leave, and I want them to feel confident that we are doing everything we can to secure that.
Along the Pacific Coast Highway.
That is the thing. If it's not burning right now, and for example, you have maybe some jewelry or something like that, or some money in cash or some other. I mean, I heard that like around LA there are probably very wealthy people, so they have also probably very expensive stuff. People can just go there and just get what they want. So that is very important to keep them safe, because otherwise people would not leave and maybe endanger themselves then, because they're like, hey, I need to defend my property.
Is the exclusive LA suburb of Malibu. This once embodied the Californian dream.
If you like this video, please hit a like. And if you want to see more of me, I would love if you subscribe. Thank you so much for that.
Home to some of the most expensive real estate in America.
Only the chimney is standing.
Now ashes. At least 10 people have now died, and it's warned the death toll is expected to increase. Despite days of hard work, it's up here in the hills where the fires are still raging, and with the winds picking up once again, there's real fears about its spread. And they're facing an uphill battle to try to contain it. With a red flag warning for strong winds at the weekend, it's now a race to try to limit the danger.
Well, most of the fires have been burning for days. Have a look at this one street in Altadena where the Eaton fire is burning. This is Fair Oaks Avenue. This is what it looks like now after those flames tore through the neighbourhood. And that's what Fair Oaks Avenue looked like before. House after house, street after street, it's all gone. Almost nothing left of these homes. Early estimates suggest the total damage caused could amount to as much as £122 billion. Well, our correspondent John Sudworth joins us now from Fair Oaks Avenue. John.
Well, there's thousands.
What I find so fascinating is that, like, literally in every house, the chimney is still standing. Because, of course, it's not made out of wood and not made out of paper and so on. And that is what I learned from the videos here, that you build your houses very differently to us in Germany. We have like very, very, very thick walls, like 30 centimeters big. That is like a feet. And out of stone, not out of wood and so on. So I'm thinking, I don't know, but I'm thinking maybe in Europe this could not happen because we have different houses. But tell me, if you're fire experts, maybe there's some other things that, or maybe some things in our wall, because it's not only brick, it's also other stuff that could be very, very in danger to fire. Tell me in the comments.
Firefighters continue that battle to get this crisis under control. This is what it leaves in its wake. The suburb of Altadena sits at the foot of a mountain range over which the unusually strong winds for this time of year, the Santa Ana winds they call them, poured in on Tuesday night. And it's that really lies at the heart of this disaster. It's almost impossible to give a sense of the true scale. So many stories, so many tragedies. We spent a few hours with the residents of one block of this one neighbourhood.
It must feel so shit.
Los Angeles is a city in shock. Thousands of people coming to terms with the once unimaginable.
You build your home, you have probably so many memories on that if you live there for a few years. And you see everything in ruins. I mean, it's heavy financial damage, but also, of course, an emotional damage. That's crazy. I hope many of them had insurance.
Right around there are my diamond earrings.
Pete Mitchell, an electrician at Disneyland, and his wife Angela have lived here for over 10 years.
Oh my God, and it survived. your little elephant box from Thailand.
This was their home before the fire. Altadena was a pleasant Los Angeles suburb, a middle-class district, a far cry from the mansions and celebrity lifestyles on the other side of the city.
Is it Los Angeles? I thought it's Los Angeles.
It's devastating, of course. We saw images of it before. Our neighbors had come in here before, but it's also, you know, the opportunity to rebuild, which is hard road, but it can be.
That is the American spirit. This, you know, we had in Germany something like this 4 years ago, because it cost our candidate for chancellor, like your president, literally his candidacy, because he laughed about a bad joke. We had a big flood in Germany 4 years ago. He laughed and then he lost the election just because of that. And yeah, and there are people, you know, also people died and all of that, and there is so much big stuff, but you know, nobody would have ever said, oh, that's an opportunity to rebuild. That is not the German mindset. The German mindset is to complain, to find the persons that are responsible for this, and so on. And I really like this mentality.
Be done. I think we will do it.
I hope we're rebuilding here, and I hope that we'll have what we can find that can be memories of the good times we had in this home. It was a good home. It was a really good home.
Around them, fire crews are still patrolling the area, putting out spot fires. This is a city in deep crisis, with the emergency services stretched to the limit and lives totally upended.
Interesting that this didn't burn.
Okay.
Just a few doors away, another family surveying the damage. This was Stephanie's home for more than 4 decades, but she says she's now focused on the future.
We're very fortunate that we were able to get out in time. Yes. Everybody is safe, and we do plan to rebuild. Absolutely. Bigger and better. Yes. So we're grateful.
We're praying for everybody, because this is just devastating. Altadena is one of the #1 places to live. It's friendly, it's family oriented. It's just a wonderful community.
A block away, this house had recently seen new tenants move in.
Oh. It would have been the middle bin of the closet, her wedding ring.
Tavia Weinman and her family are now picking through the wreckage, salvaging the few keepsakes that have survived the intense heat.
It's like overwhelming right now. Because it's like decades and decades of, you know, building things, and it's all gone.
These are scenes repeated across huge swathes of this city, and with the emergency far from over. John Sudworth, BBC News, Altadena.
Let's go back now to our correspondent Emma Vardy. And Emma, you spoke at the end of your report about fears that the situation might get worse before it gets better.
Well, there's now 3,000 firefighters battling that Palisades fire above us. But Rita, they're stretched, they're fatigued, and the fear is that with those winds picking up, that any progress that's been made, it can be reversed very quickly. And down here, of course, we're under no illusions as to what the consequences are when the fire starts spreading once again and moves incredibly fast. These buildings, once luxury beachfront properties, they're still smouldering. But gradually people have started to come down here themselves to look at the damage. But now there is this curfew in place from 6 p.m. at night until 6 p.m. in the morning to try to prevent looting while this crisis continues.
Emma, thank you very much. Emma Vardy there reporting from the Pacific Coast Highway. Well, powerful winds and parched ground after months of no rain, a deadly combination which has allowed the California fires to spread. Today it was confirmed that last year was the hottest ever recorded. Temperatures were 1.6 degrees higher than the pre-industrial average. European scientists have warned that the target of 1.5 degrees agreed in Paris 10 years ago to avoid the...
Yeah, I think we all know that with climate change coming and... well, it's already here since the industrial revolution. This will get only worse and worse over the years. And yeah, I think it's just a sad reality by now.
The worst effects of global warming is in danger of being permanently breached. Here's our climate editor, Justin Rowlatt.
LA in flames. It is like a vision from a dystopian sci-fi movie,
God.
but it is happening right now, and it is exactly the kind of event climate scientists have been warning about for years.
Wow.
And remember this, the devastating floods in Spain caused by exceptionally heavy rain in October. Or this, the historic drought in the Amazon basin, which reduced river levels to a 120-year low.
Again, just look at those pictures. Oh my God. I hope everybody of you has... Oh, I hope everybody of you is safe. And if not, then please go into safety. Wow. It's just crazy, those fires. Ruining everything. I hope you're safe, and I hope it didn't hit you. Yeah, and I hope you will be still safe. I don't really know what to say. It's just crazy. But you know, as I said, now with climate change on the way, we have to get more used to it. I just hope you will be safe, and I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me maybe about all the other stuff. I heard you want to acquire with military force Greenland. Good luck with that. Yeah, should I cover those topics as well? And we see each other in the next video. Bye. And Canada should be your 51st state, I heard. Crazy.